It could double as a blanket.
Right. I think the one thing that makes me feel regrettable about it is just the fact that like I
didn't own more.
No, I think I owned enough, madam. No, there was let's see, the one pair. It only took one pair for me to go. Yeah, no, not for me.
See, it's
I got the one pair, and the only way I got that was because my parents both kind of looked at me and they're like, "No, we're not doing this. This is not happening." But my grandmother was, whatever you want. Like, if it makes you happy, let's get you a pair. And she ended up getting me like the widest pair of JNCOs.
Feet, yes,
yeah,
they're great.
They were not so great because I got them and they were high waters.
Ugh.
Yeah, she got them wide enough for the waist, but not long enough. Oh yeah, no, and I heard that to the end of time.
Oh yeah, because you need them super long, so they just got all shreddy at the bottom.
Yeah,
and when it rained, it was terrible, and you just mopped the floor.
Right, it looked like we were walking around in flippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it took that one pair for me to go. Maybe this isn't for me.
No.
But yeah, I could probably find something in in a cousin's
Come in
closet
your best,
or something.
like starter jacket.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh, the ones that like zipped halfway down, but the pullovers.
Yep, with the big pocket.
Man, yeah. No, I think I had a Chicago Bulls one, and I had a Dallas Cowboys one for I think like a month, and that was because my dad and I my dad has been a Steelers fan since he was a baby, basically. And there was one year where it was the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And I was still young enough to where I thought my dad was the coolest, but I also thought it'd be kind of cool to go up against him. Mm-hmm. And he was fit to be tied. He was ready for the Steelers to win the Super Bowl, and I made him the bet. I said, if the Steelers win, then I've got to wear something. I've got to wear a Steelers jacket for a week. That was just my ploy of getting something Steelers for free. And he's like, okay, I'm all right with that. What happens if they lose? I was like, if the Dallas Cowboys beat them, then you have to wear a Dallas Cowboys jacket for a week. He goes, you're on. And we shook. He was so sure of it. And then the Dallas Cowboys ended up winning, and my dad was super pissed. Like he didn't talk to me for the first hour after the Super Bowl. I think I was like 6 at the time.
Just a little salty.
Yeah. But the whole time
salty at a 6-year-old.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. I was 6 years old, and I was just I beat you.
I'm a winner.
Right, not knowing that every time I cheered, it was destroying my dad's ego a little bit more every time.
As you should do at 6 years old.
Right. But my mom went out and bought him I think it was like a $20 jacket at the time. And bought him a $20 jacket, and I found out later that all through the course of the bet, like the week long that he had to wear the jacket, he'd wear it out of the house and then take it off in the car and walk into work with no jacket.
Cheated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he'd wear it as long as he was in front of me, but past that, he's like, "Fuck this jacket." Yeah. So now, what are your interests outside of burlesque? Like, I know you've said, and for those of you listening at home, she gave me this look of, oh God. But
where do you want me to start?
Well, I know you've already said that you're into to the rock and the comedic aspect of burlesque performances, like doing the comedy routines and dancing to rock and metal and stuff like that. Past that, what are you into? What are some things that if people don't see you at a burlesque show, what makes you? What makes you get into all this other stuff?
Well, if you don't see me at a burlesque show, I'm probably in my studio.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm a co-owner of a studio space. I'm only in Stage 1 Studios.
Perfect.
So,
now, are you strictly modeling, or do you?
Oh, no, I'm the creative director here. So
Okay.
more often than not, I'm building sets for people, or and I don't mean like hammer and nails kind of building sets, but we have thousands of props and backdrops and wardrobe stuff here. So
yeah. Well, I saw this set over here. It's like a kind of a backwards, backwards
it's
cabin.
It's a hillbilly porch.
Yeah. I saw it though. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
just the detail that went into everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of the we have over 7,000 square feet here, so we can kind of it's a playground. It's an adult playground.
just space to run around.
Yeah, when the Misfits also is our rehearsal space up here, so it's been very nice. So we can kind of spread out and do whatever we want to.
Now, do you guys have neighbors that really have to worry about anything like noise or no?
No.
Nice. So
we're
you guys
top
got
floor. We're in the penthouse.
Plenty of room to run around.
Yeah, we can get loud till 2 a.m. if we want to.
Very nice. Now, can people come out and rent out the space, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We so we don't have posted hours because we just kind of operate whenever we are. My business partner is Sean Flynn. So most people know Sean Flynn. He's
absolutely.
He does a lot of the sports photography in the Quad City area.
Yeah.
But so we rent out generally by the hour. The rates kind of vary depending on the day and the time, and you know, is it you're booking a week out or are you booking 20 minutes out?
Right. Okay. Now, do you guys leave? Because you also stay here, correct? Or is that or around here?
Yeah. Well, we stay around here.
Okay. So we're
close by.
Okay. So with that, if hypothetically speaking, if somebody were to book hours like at midnight or 1 a.m. or say later than that, are you guys against that, or is that
depending on if we're available?
Yeah. Okay.
Like I work at so I like to mention before I work at Rascals, so I bartend. So the late night hours, and Sean shoots a lot of sports around here. So it kind of just depends on the day. But we are not opposed to 2 a.m. shooting. Okay. Sean and I have created some fun work that late nights.
Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't know if there was a limit, like a time limit, or any hour of the day that you guys are like, I've got to sleep sometime, fool.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sleep? What's that?
Right. We'll sleep when we're dead.
Anybody that knows me knows that's overrated.
Now, let's see. How was high school life for you? Was that...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We're going back. We're going back.
Can I say awesome and terrible all at the same time?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, why was it awesome?
There's a lot of really fun memories, a lot of really amazing friends, a lot of really shitty friends, but a lot of really amazing people too. And I learned, because of all the things that I got into, good and bad, I ended up learning a lot about myself in kind of a short period of time, which I think is why I am kind of doing all the things that I am doing now. You know, I'll say I'm 30 now. So
I'm right there with you.
Right. And 10 years ago, I never would have thought what I'm doing now capable. Yeah. So if I hadn't have kind of sank that low during my high school and shortly out of high school years, then none of this would have.
Now what?
That ebb and flow of life.
Yeah. Now when you say low, can you talk about?
Oh yeah, I was a hardcore drug addict and alcoholic. Really? Oh yeah.
Are we talking marijuana? Because I think at this point, everybody's...
I don't consider cannabis a drug.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm talking. I was into crystal meth. I was really into cocaine. I was into I was into anything I could really get my hands on it. You had it, I was game.
Really? And how early did that start?
15, somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did any of the friendships that you forged while doing those drugs carry over to now, or has...
Oh, no, for the most part, those are pretty gone. Some of them, and I would say they're more my friends than we were drug partiers together. Okay. Most of the people that were literally just drug friends. Yeah. If you leave that life, you kind of have to leave them behind.
Absolutely.
They're just toxic people.
Right, because at the same time, if you're ready to get out of it and they're not.
Yeah. But For the most part, if they're people that have also taken the steps to get out of it too, you create this great deal of respect for one another. I've got several friends that I used to party pretty hard with that are doing phenomenal, and I couldn't be happier for them. And
now, was that area of life easy to kind of walk away from, or was that a process?
No. It was definitely a process. I'll never say that stepping away from those kind of things is hard or is easy, because realistically, getting out of the hard drugs, I got pretty heavy into alcohol abuse, and it sucks because I feel like a lot of people kind of do that because alcohol is so readily available,
right?
And it's not as a social stigma. You know, you go, I'm an alcoholic, and most people, oh, I'm so sorry. People go, oh, you're a crackhead. Oh, you're fucking scum. You know?
Right.
So getting the process of completely reevaluating who I am as a person is a very hard road, but it's been the best road ever.
Yeah. Well, now doing burlesque and working at Rascals, that area kind of, I guess, attracts more of, obviously, the drinking of alcohol, but you would think that it also attracts like people with cocaine and meth and the other drugs. Do you find
I've never seen meth in the burlesque community.
Never?
I've seen, no.
Wow.
And I see more, realistically, I see more drugs and like being a bartender.
Really?
Than anything else. And no matter where you go, drugs are always going to be around.
Nowadays that is.
Yeah. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'll never.
Absolutely.
I'm a huge diehard Hunter S. Thompson fan, so I'm never going to sit here and scold you for doing drugs.
Right.
But I'm also a firm believer in know yourself and know your mental state, and
absolutely,
don't let the drugs do you, and
know your limits.
Know your limits. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And it's when now that my brain is much different in my thought processes, and I can process my emotions way differently.
Right.
I'm not seeking something to just kind of numb out life anymore.
Right.
Because I found things that keep me happy. The burlesque community is now my drug of choice, I guess is a good way to.
So
just being creative.
Yeah.
Having that outlet to let it all kind of pour out of me instead of hide it.
Right. And that's not to, or I guess what I was getting at wasn't the fact that, burlesque means scummy people means drugs.
Oh, yeah, no.
But at the same time, you think with being creative, with making the sets, doing all the costume design that you guys have to do, just the creativity that goes along with burlesque and doing everything you guys do to put on shows. I guess from an outside perspective, the stigma is that you guys would have to be doing something to keep that going, to I guess add fuel to the fire.
Honestly, from a former user, not doing that anymore is what has ignited that creativity.
Okay. And did you ever, was this all done by yourself? Did you go cold turkey, or did you join, a group?
When I quit doing, like, let's say all the cocaine and the crystal and all that kind of stuff, that was literally, I hid from the world and just kind of detoxed myself and kind of, I grounded myself per se.
Okay.
In my parents' basement. When I quit drinking as much, because I spent 2 years without drinking. I have drinks every so often now, so I will never say I'm 100% sober, because that's not fair to the people that are.
For sure.
But I went to classes. I found a meeting house, and I went to several a day, and I talked to as many people as I could, and I went through steps and programs, and that was probably the best decision I've ever made. Was
getting sober or going and searching out the help?
Going and searching out the help that I needed.
Nice.
Whether it be, because the meetings were great. Don't get hey, my name's not, I'm an alcoholic kind of meetings.
Absolutely.
There's days where I was going 2-3 times a day, because just hearing other people talk was helping me. It was relatable. And then going and finding people that I could literally just view everything too, and know that for one, they're not charging me $200